Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the No Bake Motivate podcast. This will be recipe number 2, which is spaghetti and opportunity meatballs. Now, on this podcast, you don't have to be a baker or a chef to be able to listen or to be able to take heed to any of the advice or any of the thoughts or any of anything that I give to y'all today. Anybody can make what I say into whatever they want, or they can make it into what's on the menu today, but you may have a different way of doing it or a different order of doing it. But these are the main ingredients we will be dealing with today. And that is 1, productivity, 2, relationships, 3, self-care. Now, before we get into the actual recipe itself, let's have a little chat and let's let the ingredients marinate for a minute. Okay, so I am your host, B. Lede. Now, if you followed my YouTube channel, you know who I am, but I don't think I ever really introduced myself other than talking about my channel. But yes, my name is B. Lede, and right now, the world is dealing with a lot, and there is a big void that no one can see the end of, or there is a tunnel that is there that no one knows when it will end. We are definitely all living in a time of uncertainty. Well, guess what? I am going to do what I do best, and that is to try to get you through this. During however many minutes it takes for me to get through my whole episode, I hope to uplift you, I hope to encourage you, and I hope to make you feel better about the situation. But anywho, so we are all currently in a quarantine, and I am personally working from home. I've been very blessed with the opportunity to still have a job and to be able to not have any break in payments or any issues where I'm, lagging on my responsibilities. I've been very grateful for that. And I have pretty much been staying inside for the most part. And what I mean by that, before you think, oh my God, girl, are you going to the park? What are you doing? Aren't you supposed to stay inside? I am. The only time I do go out is to get groceries or pretty much, yeah. So any essential things that I may need. Sometimes maybe not so essential, but you know what I mean. So I tend to get groceries. Yeah, pretty much food. Or if we need stuff for the house, of course I go out and get that as well. And I, like everyone else, have been in a sort of weird space. And I'm in this weird space because I'm always used to going to work, because I do have a 8 to 5 job, 9 to 5 job. And so I'm normally the routine, go to work, then come home, and everything has been turned upside down. So even though I'm working from home, it's still different because I'm just not used to being at home this much. And I think a lot of people can attest to that. We're not used to this. This is all pretty new for all of us right now. And especially those who have kids, because it's a struggle, because not only if you are able to work from home, but you're a mom, you're a teacher, you're an accountant or business analysis, or wherever your job is, those hats you're having to wear in one space. And I know that could be driving some people crazy. Now, I personally don't have children of my own yet, so I don't really have that worry. I'm just in a stage of just trying to find something to do with myself, as I am being at home all the time. And this is actually going to lead into the main topic today. So let's go ahead and put all these ingredients together and give you some context of why these ingredients are going to be involved today. So just like the name of the episode, it is titled Spaghetti and Opportunity Meatballs. So the key word is the opportunity. As I have been staying at home, and I've always had this thought process, but I've never felt like I could really put it into motion because of the fact that I work my 9 to 5 and I feel really drained because everyone has some sort of routine that they go through, especially if you are a 9 to 5er. You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you eat breakfast. If you eat breakfast, put on your clothes, drive to work, come home, maybe eat, maybe take a walk, or maybe talk to somebody, and then take a shower, go to bed, repeat. And so we get stuck in these routines of life that even if we want to do something outside of it, we normally just don't have the energy to do it because so much of your energy is being placed into something else. So what I have gathered is instead of holding on to worry, instead of holding on to fear, we should seize the opportunity that has been given to us. Now, I know some people are in pretty bad predicaments, and your focus is how are you going to eat? How are your kids going to eat? How are you going to keep a roof over your head? And I do not take those situations that people are dealing with lightly. And since I am very blessed to be able to work from home, I don't look at anyone's situation like that and take it lightly or dismiss it because that is hard. And anyone that's out there busting their butt to make the ends meet, to figure it out for their family, I applaud you. And whoever that is, I want you to keep your head up and know that there is going to be some sort of end to the tunnel. We're not always going to be in the dark here. We will emerge out victorious. And where I'm leading with this is as you are spending so much time at home, take the opportunity to be productive, to build relationships with the family members that live in your household, and to take care of yourself. Now, some of these ingredients could be a priority in your life. All three could be one. But even doing just one of these things, because productivity is pretty broad. So even though I list it as an individual one, it's still mixed into everything, kind of how you have, so many different things, like you'll have soaps, or you'll have juice, or you'll have fruit, or whatever the case. They all have some ingredient that could be similar. And that could be water. That's the only one I can think of right now. So even though water is in everything, you're still like, that's still a piece of it. So you're not going to go without it. And so this is a perfect time to get your groove back. This is a perfect time to utilize and take advantage of the days that you have, because if you are able to work from home, and if you are a part-time dreamer such as myself, shout out to the Part-Time Dreamer podcast that is available on SoundCloud, Apple, Spotify. I drew a blank for a second. And hopefully soon iHeartRadio. And we get so caught up in the machine that we're trying to be responsible to take care of our day-to-day responsibilities, or our monthly responsibilities, or weekly responsibilities, that we forget what makes us happy. We forget why we are working in the machine to begin with. And it's just, we have to look at this as a blessing more than a curse, even though it will feel like it's cursed more than you're being blessed. That spend the time to do the things that you want to do, that you've been wanting to do. And speaking to my creatives here, if there's a YouTube channel you've wanted to start, a vlog you wanted to start, a podcast, a script you've been wanting to write, a book you've been wanting to start, whatever the case may be, go ahead and go for it. Right now couldn't be a more perfect time. We don't get opportunities like this where we're at home all day. Like, this would be ideally a dream for me, to be at home doing what I want. And of course, we have to adult. We have to go through life, and we can't always do what we want. And that's just a life lesson in being an adult that I've learned. Well, I knew this earlier in life because my mom's told me, she always used to say, you're not going to always do what you want. And as harsh as it sounds, it's a reality. But even though you have times of not being able to do what you want, you can still make the time to do it when you can. And so that is what I want people to do, to look at this as a grand opportunity that you may never get again. And if you have people in your household, so son, daughter, let's say you live with your mom like myself, you live with your boyfriend, this ingredient is the relationships, okay? So even if you don't necessarily aspire to anything in particular, continue or start building a relationship. Get to know your wife again. Spend time, see what your kids like. Talk to your mom. Figure out what it was like back in her day, or your dad back in his day. We think we know people, but do we really know people? And this is a perfect time to take advantage of that, to have those one-on-one conversations. It doesn't always have to be anything negative or bad or serious. It could be as lighthearted as it could be therapeutic. And it's just a very, very good time to be able to take advantage of that. Because, one, we don't know if we're promised tomorrow. And if you've been living a hectic life where you're pushed and pulled here and there, why not use this downtime? Or even if you're still working from home, but let's say your job is to travel everywhere, use it to be able to talk to your family members. And even if you aren't physically with your family members, it's still a good thing to talk on the phone. It's still a good thing to Zoom. I mean, we have crazy technology that there's really not an excuse to reach someone unless they just absolutely don't have any phone and live off the grid. But how many people do you know are living that way? So even if it's just a call or a text to see and check up on friends, that's a big thing. And actually, that's going to be another podcast that I just thought of. Friendships. Yeah, more in depth of relationships. But these are just kind of touching on just different opportunities you can take while you are in quarantine currently. And going on to self-care. Now, we've kind of gone on this, I don't want to say trend, but that's the only word I can think of, where it's like awareness is being thrown on taking care of yourself. And we don't do it enough. And I know I'm very guilty of it. I'm very, very, very guilty of not putting the time into myself that I should. Like, I always think in my head, oh my God, I should start moisturizing. I should start exfoliating. But right now I'm just, I'm blessed with good skin. Like, what can I say? And so I just take advantage of that and go, well, I don't have to do anything, but I know I need to. And also, just, you know, just doing things that can enhance you as a person, whether it's socially, mentally, physically, whichever one or all of them that you think could be helpful to you to just make you a better person. Of course, physically is going to make you look better on the outside and make you feel good on the inside as well. I know it's super hard because I cannot talk, y'all, but it is true. It's truth. You can use this opportunity to take care of yourself, to really, really be in tune with you and figure out what you need, what you want. And self-care isn't always just physically what you do. It is also things that you do, like I said, to make you a better you. So that can be simply just really looking and writing down goals of things you want to accomplish next year or towards the end of this year, if we all get to finally get out of the house. But yeah, just really looking at you and yourself and just everything that makes you and how you could just make that a better you. So now that we have all of the ingredients, you can go ahead and blend it, or you can stir it old school, whichever way works best for you. But what I really want to leave everyone with is, well, actually, hold on. Before I go with my final words here, if you are a person that is struggling, that can't even think about the extracurricular activities of being productive, building relationships, wherever the case may be, please don't feel bad if you have to go out there and do what you need to do. Now, it is tough and you are putting your life on the line because stuff is going on out there. That's the reality of it. Stuff is going on, and anyone that works at these essential jobs are putting themselves in danger. And I really appreciate, and now we truly see the jobs that people look down on, the jobs that people don't think highly of, that these are the people that are keeping society going right now. These are the people that deserve respect. These are the people that need to be just as appreciated as anyone else. And please, if you are struggling and you're trying to figure everything out, do what you need to do as a priority, of course. I'm not sitting up here and like, oh, la da 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 da, I live in la la land, just chill at home, just, write your script, have fun. No, that's not what I'm saying. For anyone who has that room of opportunity to do it, do it. But don't forget about your priorities, and do not, because I know right now everyone's kind of going through it, and I think there's more people going through it than are not going through it, if that makes sense. So if you can, make arrangements for payments, make sure to at least make that effort so that if it gets to a situation where even though they're suspending certain things having to be paid, that they don't see it as people taking advantage of this and just thinking, okay, I can't, but obviously if you can't do anything, you can't, but that is just an effort or something that you can do in the meantime, like calling anyone you have bills with, your electricity, your water, your apartments, your whoever you're renting from, your mortgage company, your car people, because I know a lot of these places have no choice but to be like, they can evict you, they can take your car away, but this is out of everyone's control. So, even with everything said, take care of your priorities first. And do what you have to do. And if you're working your butt off, once again, I applaud you. And anyone working at these essential businesses, I appreciate you. Thank you for what you do. Because you are truly showing who is the backbone of society right now. Who is keeping everything together for everyone else? And to digress from that, my final words are for those who do have the room to do this, the space to do it in their life at this moment. Take these opportunities that are given to you and take advantage of it. We may take advantage of a lot of things in life, but this is something that's good to take advantage of because it will only help you in so many ways. And it will also help other people because you don't know if someone's been craving for a relationship. You don't know if you've been craving to get out what you need to do. You won't know until you do it. And it doesn't hurt. Because guess what? All we have is time. Okay. Well, I thank you for tuning into this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will talk to you later about the next recipe. And stay safe and no bake on. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. Rick, keep going. Keep going. You got to keep going.